Alright, in this box is the CRKT Seismic. We're going to check it out today. I can't believe I haven't looked at this knife yet, but we're going to check it out. There you go. The CRKT Seismic. Man, I got some fingerprints on that thing. Let's get those off of there. I'm going to check this thing out. What I want to do today is just do a little testing on it and just see what this is all about. And I did test the lock already and beat the mess out of that thing. But right now I want to see what's going to kind of work you could do with this thing and not have to worry about it failing on you as far as the blade steel and whatnot. I've had some questions about the blade steel. So right now it's super sharp. Check that out. Just all the way through. So it's really slicey, brand new blade, brand new everything on this thing. And man, this thing's awesome. I love that lock. I love the way this feels in the hand. We'll get some better views of this in a second, but right now I just want to get this thing going and check it out with you guys as far as what it's going to do and how the edge is going to hold up to, you know, if you want to use this as a work knife. The lock's going to hold up, but now we just got to figure out what can we put the edge through that is going to test it and see if it's going to be good for you at work or hunting or whatever you want to do with it. So let's check it out. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm just going to start cutting into some cardboard. I mean, that seems like what we always do, right? Just to see how much cardboard we can cut, and I'll speed through this and see how many cuts we can get. This is 1.4116 steel, so I've had some questions about it. And so there's one, two, you can't really see what I'm doing here. Let's see if we can get over here. Alright, so we're going to cut through some cardboard here. I've already cut a few pieces, had to restart so I get a better angle, just so y'all can see what I'm doing. So this is like 10 or 11, 12. We'll come and bring the coupons out. 20, 28, 29, 30. This thing has a really good slicing blade on it. 41, 42, 43, 44, 45. Now, I really like the way this feels right here as far as getting leverage. I'm going to try it up here. 46, 47, 48. Oh, even up on the porch, even better. 50. Gives you a lot of right there. 51, 52, 53, 54, 55. I'm trying to get some cardboard flying over there. 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71. These are long strokes of cardboard too. I'm not just like shortcutting it. In fact, that blade's warming up. What is it? 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81. Now this is a blade that you're not going to worry about that lock feeling on you at all. 83, 84, I don't know where I'm at. 5, I'm going to go to 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100. Alright, so we got 100 cuts on, long cuts on cardboard. Let's see how we stand on the coupon slicing and see if we're keeping that edge pretty well. And keep going here. There we go. Let me get over here. Alright, so it's still slicing. I can't get the angle right for this thing. Still slicing the coupon though. Nah, it's the wrong angle here. Sorry about that. Let me get another coupon. I'm not making the case for the CRKT. Alright. Here we go. There you go. So it's still, after 100 cuts, still slicing. Maybe a little less than before. Let's see if it'll shave here. Shave my wonderful, beautiful legs. Not that you want to see, but there's still shaving sharp after 100. So it's kept up to 100. Let's keep going, shall we? 2, 3. 6, 7. Now remember, we tested the lock on this thing, and I beat the mess out of it, and all it did was just loosen it just a tad. And they sent it back to CRKT, and they said what happened was it just kind of dinged up the lock, but it didn't even come close to breaking. So, and I was abusing that thing. I wasn't just like, oh look, let's cut some stuff. I was banging the mess out of it, and it wasn't even close. What are we at? 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. 31, 32. So if you're using this knife on a daily basis, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39. I'm using it up here too, and it's really nice. 39. All right, let's get over here. I gotta cut through this board. I got a huge cardboard box here that I'm trying to make sense of. All right, was it 49? 50, 51, 52, 53. Now if you're cutting in whatever, this thing's still cutting strong. 54. I don't remember, 66, 67. I don't remember what we were cutting or testing. I think it was S35 at the end that didn't. I mean, this is holding up really, really well for all you super steel snobs. 67, 68, 69, 70. All right, keep going. 71, 72, 73, 74, nice. 75, 76, that's a long cut, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85. Oh, that one didn't go. Oh, 3 pieces of cardboard. 86. Oh, wait a minute. 90, 91. I don't know where I'm at. 92. 93. 94. 95. 96. 97. 98. 99. Alright, that's 200. Let's see what 200 feels like on the coupon test. Let's grab another coupon here. All right. Look at that. I can't catch it right. I'm trying to get this angle. Plus my left arm is tired. But look. It's got a little bit. I think it's just going to be that stickiness too on the blade too. Look. Boom. If I can catch it right, it's doing great. It's still doing good. 200 cuts on that cardboard. And we're still going strong as far as keeping that edge retention. Let's try one more coupon here just to show you. So, I mean, if you're worried about being able to do the work on this thing and it failing on you, it's not going to fail the lock. So far, it's not going to fail the edge retention. Let's see. And we beat the mess out of it, so it's not the lock. The blade steel is going to be pretty tough. Let's see if it'll shave still. Let's see if we get any hairs there. See, it's a little less shavy, but it's still getting the hairs. It's still taking hairs up, but not as much. So it's losing a little bit, 200, but it's still effective. It's still, you take this out of the box, and it's still cutting. It's still doing what you need it to do. All right. Definitely less razory. But let's see if we can't get it back with a little stropping. All right, so that's 200 cuts on cardboard, still slicing through the coupons, and still doing a little bit of shaving on the shaving. So what I'll do is see what it takes to get back to shaving here, and if we can deal with just a little stropping. So we break out the strop, and let's see what we got here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, 10 to that side. Flip it over. Let's go right-handed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, it's not even on camera. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, let's see what that did for us. And it's shaving again. So look at that. Oh wow, that's awesome. Oh, you can see it's taking the hairs off my legs. Can you see that? So 10 strops to each side, and it's back to where it was. After 200 cuts, it was still super effective. So the steel is not bad. I know people get caught up in super steels and, well, this one's an 8 and this one's a 6 and this one's a 7 on retention. This thing is all you're gonna need. I don't know anybody that's gonna need more than that. And then it just took 30 seconds on the strop to get it back to where it's shaving. It's maybe sharper than it was as far as shaving. So now maybe we should go see if it will chip at all on the tray of death, shall we? All right, so I'm not trying to test the lock. We've already done that. What I'm gonna try to do is just see if this thing will chip up, or how soft it is, or it's gonna roll. If you just say you're chopping with this for whatever reason. Now the lock's gonna hold up. I have faith in this lock. I'm just gonna see what it will hold up to. Just with some chopping, just to test that edge. Now we stropped it, remember. So we're gonna see what happens to it. I'm just gonna sit here and chop until my hand goes out. So let's say you gotta chop a tree or notch something. I don't know what all y'all outdoorsy folks are doing with your knives. I know you ain't doing this. I know you're attacking trays. But I'm just trying to simulate some kind of use with this. And trying to keep the camera steady with the other hand. So, it's definitely taking hunks out of this thing. So, now, I know most of y'all are going to use a fixed blade for this, but just in those situations, you might have a fixed blade. And I'm just really trying to test this steel. This lock is, I understand it's not a fixed blade, but man, this lock is awesome. So, we're just going to chop and chop. See if we can't get that steel to chip or roll or whatever we expect budget steels to do, because we're addicted to the high-end stuff. And I am too. You know, I'm a steel snob, but I also like to see what these things will do. All right, what do you think so far? My hand's still ready to go. This is chop and slide, chop and slide, chop and slide. All right, let's see what happens. All right, so it doesn't feel like there's any chips. I don't feel any chips through here. So this 4116 here, held up in that. Let's see what the lock feels like. Any play on that lock? Let's see here. Yeah, I think I need to tighten this lock down just a little bit. Yeah, it's just a little wobble back and forth. But besides that, I'm all sweaty. It is a young man's game. Chopping dinner trays is a young man's game. All right. So let's see what we got here. We'll just tighten this down real quick. All right, wrong one. Let's pause. All right, so no front to back. There's still some side to side, so I may have banged on this thing too much and may have dinged up my lock, but it's still super secure and not about to anything. Just a little bit of blade side to side there. That's what we're here for. We're here to see about the edge, and Let's get out a coupon. There's no chips or anything in the thing. Let's see here. All right, let's see here. So it's still going through, guys. You know, I don't know. I mean, I know what it is to be all hung up on. Look at that. It's still going through that steel. Still, it just does whatever you want it to do. I don't know what else you would want from a steel. Now, there may be some higher end purpose or something that you're trying to do that I'm not figuring out what you would want your knife to be like. But this knife, as far as the steel goes, is just amazing. The lock, it seems like the lock is built just super strong. It's not going to fail you. It's going to get, this one got a little loosened up. I'll have to open it up and check it out. Maybe I ding something up in there. But it's not failing you. It's not going to just, I mean, this, I got nothing to bang it on over here. Let's see right here, just a little. That's spine whacking the mess out of that thing, and it's not doing anything. It's just a little side to side. It's not affecting the usefulness of this knife, and I can't see you know, not buying this knife for any reason other than maybe you just don't like the handle or whatever. But as far as the steel, it's awesome. As far as the lock, it's locked up like you can't believe. There isn't a folder out there as far as frame locks or liner locks or anything like that. It's going to hold up to this type of beading and stuff. And the steel did great. So if you're holding up because of the lock, don't hold up because of the lock. If you're holding up because of the steel, don't do that either. I mean, look at that. I haven't even re-stropped this thing. Let's see if it'll still shave my hairy leg here. Yeah, still bringing up the hairs. You know. Now, it's doing at least as good as a bunch of the other steels. Can you see that? There, see? So it's picking up hairs. It takes a few seconds of stropping to, after 200 cuts of cardboard, to bring this thing back to just shaving sharpness. Innovative lock. Feels great in your hand. I just don't have a problem with this knife at all. So, now that we've checked it out that way, maybe it's finally time to review it, and we'll do that in a second here. Alright, so let me get some alcohol out here and clean up my gunky blade a little bit. See if we can clean up the cardboard gunkies out of it. Alright, let's see how that goes. So this is the CRKT Seismic, and it is designed by Flavio Icoma, and he is the one that is responsible for designing the lock as well. There you go. See, no more gunkies. I didn't want y'all thinking I was pulling out a different knife or anything, so I just wanted to show y'all me cleaning that up. All right, and it is one of 3 knives right now which has that deadbolt lock on it. The other one being the Shock and the folding Clever Girl that just came out not too long ago. Check that out. Now it's got 1, 2, 3, 4 inches. All right, 4 inches of 1.4116 steel, which we just tested the mess out of. So it may be in the list as a budget steel, but dadgum, maybe you have a job that doesn't require super steel. I can't think of a better, or a job that would require a steel beyond that. All right, the grip is amazing. This thing, and now for chopping, it wasn't totally comfortable, but for slicing, this made sense. This made sense. It was just a lot of leverage for what you get, and it locks holding up really nicely, so it's not, you have to worry about anything pulling or breaking or anything on you. You got the, let's see, reversible. You got a reversible left-right clip. That clip is just about perfect as far as how loose it is, and it's going to hold on to your pocket. You got this awesome backspacer here. I don't know, it's like a lashing here. I don't know what you would do with that. I know ginormous lanyards, but I don't think that's what it's for, but that's what I might do with it. So you got semi-open construction, milled out liners. Like I said, the grip is fantastic, and you got that deadbolt lock, which is just amazing. It's like a bend don't break type of thing. It's just, if I had to, there are very few outside of the triad lock. I can't think of another lock I would pull out to trust, that I would trust to do what I needed to do, like I would this deadbolt. Like, I haven't seen anything else like that. And the axis lock, maybe the axis lock on the Adamas and stuff like that, that's a really strong lock too. But this thing is fantastic, and it just feels good in hand. It feels like a working knife. It feels like something you could use in all kinds of situations. I don't know a whole lot about hunting or whatever, but I think it feels like something you could skin with, and it definitely feels like something you could do some light chopping with it if you needed for that. A work knife, certainly. Any kind of a, something you need a quick flip up or on, whether it's that flip or using the flipper itself. It's just on those IKBS bearings, it's super snappy, super amazing. I can't recommend this knife enough. And I know y'all are thinking that it's kind of expensive as far as for the steel you're getting. I think we just showed that that's not the truth. I think it just showed that this knife performs like you would want it to perform. So I can't convince you it's M390 because it's not. I can't convince you it's 20 CV because it's not. But I can tell you that I don't know many people whose jobs are going to test the steel beyond what it can do. So if you're thinking to yourself, I need that knife, I'm not convinced, well, you should probably just get beyond your steel snobbery like I've had to. And I bought this knife twice now, and I got the serrated one and I have this one, and there's nothing on it that I wouldn't buy it for the third time. This thing is just a great knife. I can't recommend it enough. I don't get paid to say that. Nobody's paying me. Nobody bought me this knife. This is all mine. This is all from me to you, knowing that y'all got limited knife budgets like me. And so I want to tell y'all that knife is fantastic. All right, let's see. Anything else you got to talk about with this blade? No, I don't think so. All right, do me a favor then. It seems like I'm forgetting something. I know I am. Got to be forgetting something. What am I forgetting? All right, let me rack my brain for a second. Let me pause this just for a second. I forgot to weigh it. That's what I forgot. All right, we're going to weigh it real quick, and then we'll turn this thing off and let you go your own way. All right, here we go. So we'll start in Europe with the grams. Like 180 grams. That's not too horrible for a huge knife like that. And 6.35 ounces. That is not bad. I mean, it's a big knife, but man, that doesn't weigh in like you'd think it would. The knife fits good in the hand. It's going to feel good in your pocket, and you're going to feel comfortable grabbing it out for whatever situation you grab it out for. So there you go. This is the CRKT Seismic. Do me a favor, hit the like button, share the video please, subscribe, hit the notice button, and then come over here and watch the rest of my videos. And I'll talk to y'all later.